Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. This is Henry, and today is November 15, and the time is 4 a.m. GMT. Alright, so let's take a look here today. We're looking at the chart of the Nasdaq. This is 45 minutes, so kind of like similar to the 1 hour chart. We can see right here we finished with B in the minor degree at 10,636. That means we are now within the wave C to the upside. Within wave C, it should subdivide into another 5 waves. We have 1, 2, 3, and then now looking for a 4 as a flat before it goes higher again. So as long as we stay above 10,636 here, we could see another leg higher. Now you notice here that the arrow is black in color, so that means we don't technically have any bullish sequence. If there's a bullish sequence, this will be green, right? Now let's zoom out and get some better ideas where we are in the larger time frame. I'm zooming out to the daily time frame now. I'm just transferring the B here that you see in the 1 hour time frame here, this B. So I'm just putting it here. This is the same place that you see in the 1 hour, the 45 minutes chart. Now you notice here, if we look at the daily time frame, right, this is the all-time high in the Nasdaq back in 2021 November, and if you try to count the number of swing, right, then there is a 1, a 2. Now you notice this one is a big swing here, right? So that means this entire decline is considered to be in the same cycle, and this is another cycle. So that's why this is 1. You don't need to count every single swing you see here. You just need to figure out what is the main sort of swing and not trying to count every single little swing, right? So you got 1, 2, and then this will be your 3, and again another big swing. So this is your 4, and this is your 5. So far we have a 5 swing, right? 5 swing in Elliott Wave, right? You can label it in a couple of different ways, but all of them suggest it is not a complete sequence. It is not a complete sequence. One way to do it is, for most people, they understand what a 5 swing or 5 waves mean. You know, like a 5 waves impulse, for example. Now, in this case, there is an overlap between this and this, but that's fine as long as it could be a diagonal, right? Overlap is not a problem. So it could be a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one way you want to label it. It's a possible way to do it. Another possible way, when you see a 5 swing, is a WXY structure, right? So that means the first 3 swing is being considered to be ABC, and then you put a label W here. Let's say, let's just pick any kind of degree, and then here is your X, and then you already continue lower again and break below the W. So you have ABC ending W, and then the Y leg should be in another ABC, right? Now if it is being labeled as a WXY, that means this rally, okay, first of all, if this is the P, this has to be in the A, right? And then that means you are looking to finish the C, right? And by definition, ABC is a corrective structure, right? So after ABC, you should be going down. You should be going down. Now it can go down to go to new low, or at least it could 3-ways pullback like this. But after ABC, we should get some sort of 3-ways pullback minimum, if not going to new low, right? Because again, it's not an impulse. If an impulse is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So back to the idea. If this is a WXY, that means the way you know what the target is simply you measure the W, you project it from the X, and then you're looking, you know, like 100% extension, approximately this level 8102. What about if this is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, if this is a diagonal, what happens is you put the A here. I'm just giving you a couple of possibilities and alternates so that you understand where we are. If it is a 5-ways diagonal, this will be your A. That means you finish the entire decline from November 2021, and you're going to be correcting this entire decline, right? This is a pretty sizable decline. If it is going to be correcting this entire drop, then obviously this 3-ways rally is too shallow to correct this entire drop, right? So at minimum, usually you can go to, let's say, like a 50% or 38.2 at minimum, right? So simple 3-ways rally like this is going to be too shallow to correct this entire decline. So if this is ending as a diagonal, then technically this rally has more space to go, right? But how do we know which one is more likely than the others? Well, both are possible, but one way we can get a clue which one is more possible than the others is simply you try to find out the bearish channel. So because this one is a 5 swing bearish, so the bearish channel is going to be this one, right? It's going to be this one. So as long as we stay below this bearish channel, right, you can use the more aggressive count. Now, what is the more aggressive count? Is the more aggressive count A ending here, and then we do a pick B and C, or the more aggressive count is a WX? Because you see, if we label it as a WXY, what that means is this rally should not break below X if it is W. But if it is an A ending A here, then the rally of course can break above here, because the B can even go like this before going down, right? So the more aggressive count in this case is going to be WXY, right? So what I'm saying is, as long as Nasdaq continues to stay below this bearish channel, we can always go with the more bearish view or the more aggressive view. Why? Because the sequences of our swing, it is incomplete most likely, and it can go down again, right? So back to the 1 hour time frame and what we are looking at here. So if this is the B, then that means this is the A, right? It's very simple. Now if you try to measure the target from the lows, this ABC, then you got this area here, right? So we hit the 100% already. Technically this C could be ending anytime if this is really ABC. But remember, it's not like one specific level. A lot of waivers, especially the beginner waivers, they think there is one specific magic number, magic level that can be known for sure to happen, right? There's no one magic number. Like when we're dealing with trading and forecasts, we are dealing always with an area. It's never going to be one specific magic number, right? So this is the area we are looking at between 11,864, 12,621. Now if it goes all the way to 12,621, right, not only that will mean the third leg is very extended and it can become an impulse 1 2 3 4 5, but it will also break above this channel. Then you should probably best to abandon the WXY. And if that's the case, then maybe you start preparing that this is an A, right? If this is an A, then you technically can get a bigger 535 zigzag, right? So you can have 1 2 3 4 5, and that will be only ending your A, and then you got a B, and then you got a C. So you can have something like this if it turns out to be a 5-way diagonal from 2021 peak, right? So those are a couple of things we can pay attention to. So again, as long as we don't go to 12,621 in this current rally, which is what you see, the thing is, if you never ever in your life look at the higher time frame and you just look at the 45-minute and start trading everything here, you basically lose everything, right? It's like you don't know anything about the market. We need to always look at all time frames, understand what are the possibilities, understand what will be the sort of the main direction, and so on, right? So again, the more aggressive view below this trend line is a WXY. You can be as aggressive as you want, and we are looking for these 3 waves to finish without closing above this trend line. That's the more aggressive view. If it ever continues to go higher and break and close above this trend line, we have to adjust. Okay, that means we could be ending this cycle from 2021 because it breaks the bearish channel. Then maybe this is your A, and then you're going to be getting a B before another leg lower again. Okay, so that's the idea here, guys, for today. And as always, if you want to get more updates on the Nasdaq or any other indices, stock, ETF, Forex, Commodities. We are now running a promotion, 14 days trial for new members, only for 99 cents. As well as we also have some educational classes as well, currently in on sale, up to 60% off. Okay, so the link is provided in the description of the video below. I'll see you all again next time. Have a nice day, everyone.